My name is Erick, and I am a Cuban, Dominican, American Christian man. For the past 3 years, I've been a chameleon. I realized very early on when I was at Taylor that I wasn't going to survive just being myself. I come from a culture that few people understand. Latin culture is loud and physical. Guys actually hug when they greet each other. People kiss each other on the cheek. But here, people actually shake hands. I quickly learned that being myself invited weird looks, so I had to start toning it down. Toning it down meant that half of my childhood went out the window because most, if not all, my childhood was in Spanish. Half of my social knowledge went straight out the window. I adapted out of necessity. And a few weekends ago, I visited my hometown. And while I was there, in Miami, Florida, I was with 2 Taylor friends. And by the end of our visit, they looked at me and they said, "Wow, you're so different while you're here at Taylor." And I asked them what that meant. And talking through it and thinking about it, I realized that I had been a chameleon. Thinking through what that meant and talking to people who had gone through the same thing, the same process, made me realize something. Culture is not just something that I grew up with or that's interesting about me. It is an essential part of who I am. My culture informs not even just my identity, but my understanding of the gospel. Without my culture, I lose a significant part of what I understand about the gospel. The beauty about the body of Christ is that we are all these different people united by this one thing and this one person, Jesus Christ and the gospel. And the beauty is not that we're all united as one person where all differences are gone, but rather that being so different, we can all teach each other and show each other something about the gospel. For example, in English I say I love my mom and I love Taylor and I love basketball. But in Spanish that's unheard of. In Spanish the word for love, amor, is never used like that. It's a very intimate word. In Spanish, yo quiero, me encanta, I like it, I want this, but never I love this. It's I love you. I love my wife. I love my mom. It's an intimate word. And that helps me understand the intimacy of the love of the gospel in Jesus. I've gone through this journey and I'm still trying to figure out what it looks like to be a Cuban, Dominican, American Christian man. And I know it sounds complicated. Trust me, it is. But God is faithful. And I can't ignore my culture, because ignoring my culture is ignoring me.